is up, everybody? Welcome to the Art of Partying again. I am your host, Birdie Steele, along with my brother.
Yo, what's going on?
Everyone's favorite little brother, Donnie's here. Melanie is got the day off. She's not feeling under the weather. We're going to try and get her for the last segment of the show. How was everyone's weekend? We're here grilling, chilling, having fun. Let's start with the weekends. How was everyone's weekend this week?
Mine just started.
His just started, ladies and gentlemen. Mine, believe it or not, mine just started too. We got tons of things to talk about. We all of us saw the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm going to skip over that to the end. Don saw a little bit of Fear Street. We're going to talk a little bit about Halloween Horror Nights, and they're deciding to still stroke us off and not give us what we want, as well as all kinds of interesting stuff. We are drinking, I'm going to pronounce this wrong because I already got shit for it earlier today, Smithwick's Irish Red Ale. This stuff is going to be on tap.
Smithwick's, it's all the same.
Thank you. This is going to be on tap at Finnegan's Irish Pub at Universal. I will be drinking this, as well as their concoction called the Blacksmith, which I am looking forward to. We were going to do it today, but we didn't have time to get the Guinness.
And I woke up a little late.
Yes, no stones here. By the way, I am banned off Facebook for 25 days now for something fucking stupid.
Good old fucking Facebook.
Something that happened fucking 5 fucking years ago, and I'm still getting fucking punished for it. Dickheads. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, be careful what you post, because now the cancel culture is on your ass every fucking minute. It was 15 fucking years ago.
15? You mean 5?
Sorry, thank you. 5 fucking years ago. They nailed me for something completely fucking stupid. I know, I'm sorry. I messed up there. 5 fucking years ago. They nailed me for fucking something.
How many drinks have you had already, Mom?
I only had a couple. Just say 5 fucking years ago, they still nailing me for something stupid. Bullshit.
That's their new, fucking algorithm, man.
And already I'm getting busted for something else, too. That happened fucking 10 years ago.
What did you post 10 years ago?
Nothing. It was just fucking, what the fuck was it? I can't remember.
Because I can believe that one.
It was back when I was into the fucking gore and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but they nailed me for that. So, yeah. Then again, we were leaving Facebook anyway. So we're staying on. You can always find us here on YouTube and Twitch. So I just don't stand their fucking policies anymore, and I stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah, they just dude, they throw you could scroll down and see random ads that don't pertain to you. Some of them are really, really pornographic. And you could upload something that isn't really too bad, and they'll nail you for a 30-day. They'll give you a 30-day post block.
Yeah, I have to live with that crap. I really don't give a hot fuck because I really don't do too much on Facebook like I used to anymore anyway.
Yeah.
Bullshit. You showed me something interesting yesterday, which I'm still trying to wrap my brain around.
Oh, man.
I'm not going to go into details about this because it's just too much, but...
Reddit, ladies and gentlemen.
Reddit
is fucking... It is
wow.
A cesspool of a place.
I've never thought that I would actually see a man... What's the best way to put this
here?
Describe coitus with a dolphin.
Yep.
I laughed. I cried. I didn't understand. My brain was all over the place.
You were losing it for a while.
I was losing it. I was laughing hysterically as I sat there and pondered in my mind what the fuck is going on. Interesting stuff human beings are, ladies and gentlemen. Interesting creatures. So let's get to some news this week. Now that we're on that topic of getting away from dolphin screwing, Stranger Things season 4 is finally going to happen. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too, man.
We've been fans since. Who saw it first, you or me?
I think I might have.
It had to be around
2016 is when the
2016
came out. Yeah.
What? You saw it before me, or did I see it before you? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure I seen it first because I waited for the midnight thingy.
The midnight release?
Yeah.
Well, you lucky bastard.
So it comes out like if you want to catch shows on Netflix,
12 o'clock.
well, EST is midnight, but for us, or like their time zone is like 2 hours.
What's ours?
Wherever
Or
Netflix like works at, I guess it's
time
like
zone.
2 hours ahead of us or behind us. So
They know the recipe for ice cubes.
if you want to catch a show early, well, you'll be up until like 2 a.m. waiting for it.
Do they know the recipe for ice cubes? Is this what you're telling me finally?
I think they miss the mark sometimes with that.
Oh, we're gonna get into that later on in the show about that. Fucking idiots.
I'm like, dude.
And I want to say this right now. When we talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and we kind of delve into more HHN stuff, if you people are seriously thinking that's going to be a house, you're fucking crazy. I'm going to avoid that at all costs, even though I'm punching in a lot of my money out of my pocket for this elaborate, lavish beautifulness. I'm avoiding that fucking thing at all costs.
I'm pretty sure we're going to see a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger house.
I love that. Hell shit. Hell shit. I love that. I love a fucking, what's it called? What's another stupid, fantastic, goofy ass movie? Horror comedy. Idle Hand. Let's do that.
Idle Hand. Wow. Okay.
Your face was priceless when I said that. It's like you started laughing immediately. Do Idle Hand. Fuck it. Let's have fun with that. Devin Zawad. What's her name?
Let's do a Slither house.
I'm down for that. Hey, speaking of Slither, did you know who directed it?
James Gunn.
Exactly. I was blown away by that. I was like, wow.
So that guy's got a huge track record. You know, you go from Scooby-Doo.
Oh, my God.
To Slither. Guardians of the Galaxy. Suicide Squad.
Oh,
Peacemaker.
No, we're not really all over the place. Speaking of, we'll get back to the Stranger Things. Speaking of, we'll do a little bit of Disney before we start talking about that stuff. Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind will be opening up Memorial Day weekend. Will I be writing it? Silence.
I don't know if you'll be writing it.
I am going to write it. I'm going to have to pay out of my pocket for that bullshit because my brother is a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan, and I know I'm going to catch shit for if, believe it or not, I'm not a Guardians of the Galaxy fan. Haven't really seen any of them, but I'll probably watch it and then go on that ride. I know you want me to.
It's a fun watch.
It looks very good. I really want to enjoy that. So we'll probably Memorial Day that's going to happen. I'm still holding out hope for Tron, even though that ain't going to happen.
I was about to say you haven't brought that up in a long time.
Well, you know what? I'm seeing pictures of it done. I'm seeing pictures of them working on it. Could it happen now that Guardians of the Galaxy is opening up Memorial Day, October 1st, that Saturday, maybe earlier? I would love it because then I can ride. I'm a huge Tron fan. Like Tron. I get a lot. Thoughts on Tron?
I wonder. Tron, bringing up Tron reminds me of that movie Ready Player One.
They ripped them off.
No, that movie is just. It takes place in like a virtual reality.
Those said they get strong.
So like there's all kinds of like references there. Like with Tron, there's like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, like they even had like a Call of Duty character, like all kinds of shit.
Shit.
Yeah, but it reminded me of that. I'm not sure. Shot in the dark, but I believe people who worked on Tron, at least one of the newer ones that didn't do so good, got hired to that team.
No shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's fucking badass.
Trust me, you probably don't know what movie I'm talking about, but if you've seen
I think Disney owns them.
If you've seen like a fucking 30-second clip, you'd be like, okay, I remember seeing that movie advertised.
I believe so. Yeah. And, speaking of Disney, I'm just going to say this right now, and then I'm going to leave it at that. I guess a lot of people got the freebies to go see the new Star Wars hotel. I have mixed reactions about
That's
that.
crazy, man. I like if you have wipe my ass money like that, congratulations. man.
Exactly.
I'm sure you work hard, but damn.
For those people that don't know what me and my brother mean, if you, what the hell is what is the thing called? The hotel?
Oh shit.
Galaxy something?
Yeah.
Okay, it's called Galaxy. I'm not going to
It's
remember.
not Galaxy's Edge, right?
No,
That's
it's not
a different
Galaxy.
thing.
No, it's
Yeah.
totally. It leads into Galaxy's Edge, but
Okay.
this, I don't know what the hotel is. I'm sorry. I love Star Wars, but my problem with this is everyone's making it out like, oh, this is the great, this and that, not realizing that for 2 nights, and you only get 2 nights at this hotel, it's $600 a night. You
A
have
night.
to a night for 2
So-
nights. And that's not for, I'm pretty sure it's $600 per person.
Grand per person?
Grand per person.
So let's say you and Melanie would go, right?
Mhm.
That's 12 grand, 2 nights, $24,000.
Yeah, and I'm getting kicked out after that night.
Fuck that, man.
I mean, it's cool.
That's a fucking small house payment. Fuck that.
Did I tell you that Lucas was pissed off about it?
Really?
Yeah, it's all over. I saw it on Twitter, on our Twitter. Follow us at artofpartyandtwitter.com. Lucas was pissed. He said, I regret selling to Disney.
Oh, well, it's not just because of that. Okay, so I know for sure, like when he sold off those rights to Disney years ago,
Mhm.
I remember I was a senior in high school. So like we'll say 2012, 2013, he thought that they were gonna, essentially like, okay, he's selling them the rights,
Right.
but he said, I'll sell you this only if you keep me involved.
So I'm assuming he had no input with that hotel.
not even just the hotel, but the movies as well.
Christ. almighty.
Everything new that's happening. I think maybe like Dave Filoni might have asked him like what to do with the Mandalorian a little bit and
Mhm.
Book of Boba Fett, but he was totally pissed off because he's all like, you know what, we made a handshake deal here.
Right.
I sell you this, and you keep me involved, and as a producer, like as an overseer,
Right.
and they just like gave him the shaft.
Sounds like HHN.
That's why,
Love you.
like Rey was supposed to be a Kenobi, not a Palpatine, and she was supposed to be black, African American.
Who wrote that? Was that Lucas or?
It was J.J. Abrams who directed.
Oh, really?
episode 7.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Ryan Johnson did episode 8, and then Abrams had to come back for episode 9 because, well,
You
there was
think
a
he's
little bit of a
pissed
mess
off
there.
about the? I mean, just so fucking far fetched. Fucking $6 a fucking night just for 2 nights. What the fuck?
Yeah,
And then we saw the cheapest thing is still fucking $1,000, and that's fucking 2 nights. I just want to
That's
put
a
this
little
out here.
Too much.
I love a couple of these YouTubers that are there, but let me tell you something. You're not staying a week. They're kicking you out after 2 fucking nights.
Yeah, man. I mean, like,
How the fuck is a family of 5 supposed? And I saw a child crying. He was so happy, and I'm like,
well, yeah. I mean,
this bothers me because
would've
it's
lost
false
it too.
advertisement. I know.
I would have lost it too if I were a kid to be able to like.
If you could afford it, if
My
your parents
parents-
could afford it, or my
Hey,
family could afford
That's
it.
what I'm saying, man. Like, I think they
Go ahead.
got that shit for people who like, dude, they're like investors or they got
Wipe
like
my ass money.
cryptocurrency or stocks or they work in Hollywood or something. Like someone who makes a ton of money. Like
Exactly. Now, before anyone says, well, what the fuck? Bert's going to a fucking expensive hotel at Disney. It's $4,000,
but not a night.
but not a night. It's $4,000 for 6 nights.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone getting pissed off saying, well, Bert's, I go, I'm just saying, it's $4,000 a night. I'm sorry. It's $4,000 for 6 nights,
Yeah, that's cool.
not 4 days. That's where I have the issue at. Other than that, I'm not watching any of that. It bothers me. It especially bothers my brother being a Star Wars fan. I will not put my name to something like
I kind
that.
of think that's highway robbery.
I think it is too.
And I don't blame any YouTubers who get invited to go. And
There's
then
nothing wrong with
don't
that.
turn it down, and they
Nothing wrong with that at
like,
all.
Like Disney gives you kickback, says, "Okay, come check this out for free,
Exactly.
and film it."
Exactly. Nothing wrong. Well, no, they couldn't film it that first. When I'm not going to mention the YouTuber's name. All I'll say is his name is Mister, and I'll leave it at
or
that.
not film it, but like they let. What I'm trying to
He
say
couldn't
is like,
let Mister film it.
but they let him go in for free though, right? To check it out.
No, actually, here's what they did. Like I said, I'm not going to say the YouTuber's name, but Mister, we'll call him that. Mister stood at Coronado Springs. Disney shacked him up with that.
Okay.
It was a staycation. He does that normally. He couldn't, I guess they had something going on where they were doing press for it. He couldn't film a damn thing till Friday.
Well, yeah. Okay. So
I understand.
Still, though, yeah. So he don't get to film anything until Friday. But what he does get, he's going to talk about. It's
Right.
content for his channel, and then it's free advertisement for Disney.
Right. Was it cool that you could do lightsaber training? Absolutely. You would love that.
That's fucking cool, man.
Was it cool that you saw Ren and Kylo?
Kylo Ren and Rey?
Yeah. Was it cool that you saw Kylo Ren and Rey? Very cool. But let me tell you something. Would you, for a common man, that's what we are. That's my brother B, my other brother Marcus, B and Melanie. We don't make that kind of fucking wipe my ass money. Could you? It would take a guy, a burger flipper. No disrespect to them. How long would it take a guy that's working at fucking McDonald's to fucking save up for that?
A year?
A year? No.
Depending on their situation.
Now put this into effect. You saved that $6,000, $6,000,
yeah.
right? You're only guaranteed 2 nights. Where are you going to go from? Say you go Monday to Tuesday. Where are you going to go after that?
See, that's what's fucked up because
That's what I'm saying. It's just so fucked up.
like, let's say they want to do that, but then they want to they want to stay fucking 4 more days. That's 6 days. Let's say they want to stay 6 days, and that's only 2,
Right.
So that's $6,000 off the bat. They need another. I don't know. What do you want to throw out there?
That's even if
they
you
need another $6,000.
Yep.
And this is assuming that they're going by themselves.
Yes. Now factor in a family of 5.
That's too much money, dude.
You couldn't afford that. That's highway. You couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. So to end this, I thought it was very disgusting. Nothing against the YouTubers that went there. Excuse me. Nothing against the YouTubers that went there. Please, by all means, take advantage of what you can get. A great content, some of you. I'm not going to mention that went there that suck. But
you don't have to bring up people who suck, but you always give shout outs.
Shout outs to Nate, Paige and Mr. Barrow, Tim Tracker, all those guys that went there. And you know what? Those two are not going to lie to you. They're going to be up front and blunt. I just cannot watch those videos because as a person that's going to have a family eventually, I'm probably going to be a father of 2. I couldn't afford that. I couldn't. It just bothers me. It just bothers me. Any closing arguments about that?
No, that's about it. I got nothing else to say. I mean, I could talk about Star Wars forever, but I can't really talk about that type of stuff because
we don't have a long show.
That and I haven't done the research you have, so I don't want to shoot
the shit. Off. Yeah. Plus, we're gonna hang out after the show a little bit with Melanie.
I don't want to shoot my mouth off too much.
Exactly.
If I'm uneducated on the subject.
So we're gonna end it right there. I want to say before we hit Stranger Things, shout out to the guys from Fear and Beer again. Thank you guys so much, Seamus and Nick. If you guys want to hang out with me and Seamus and Nick, here's another plug. Again, me and Melanie, who is the second and permanent co-host of The Art of Partying, my lovely wife. Again, we will be out there that Friday, right? What is it? The 20? Mel, what's that Friday? September 31st, right? No, that Friday when we're at Universal. September 31st. 30th. We will be out there September 30th to October 1st. If you guys want to hang out with The Art of Partying, that'll probably be somewhat of a collaboration between us and Fear and Beer. I will talk to Nick and Seamus personally about it. But come hang out, have a few drinks, enjoy Halloween Horror Nights. Speaking of Halloween Horror Nights, again, I alluded to it a couple minutes ago. Stranger Things Season 4 will premiere. This is going to be a 2-parter, everybody. May 27th, and then the second installment will be July 1st. I am pumped for this.
Me too, man.
I am pumped for this.
I'm so excited that when I figured out it's coming back like this year for sure, when they had the release dates,
Mhm.
I made a deal with my dad to get the because he has Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't anymore. I'm not paying for that crap, but I have Disney Plus. So
Right.
I'm like, Dad, I'll give you my Disney Plus password. I'm like, give me back the Netflix. I'm like, we're good.
Oh my goodness.
No, I gave him my HBO Max too.
You can't get rid of the Mac. I could remember you. I wanted to get. This is before I was going to get rid of my Netflix, and my brother reminded me. What was it? Season 2 that they were coming out with. I was like, 3. You're like, don't get rid of it. Stranger Things. Come on, bro. You love it. I go, and I really do love that show. I must admit I have not seen season 3 yet. I have to refresh myself when this comes out.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna end up rewatching everything.
I have
It's
to
been a
too.
long
It's been a
time.
while. How long has it been exactly?
I haven't watched.
Because a lot of the kids are grown up now.
Dude, it's been 3 years since season 3.
And what now? Really?
19, 20, 21, 22. No, yeah, like 3 years.
Really now?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. No, I'm not surprised. I'm not. You got to remember too, we were in the pandemic, so that kind of threw a little wrench in that plan. So it's going to be premiering May 7th. I'm sorry, May 27th to March 1st. Yeah, March 1st. Yeah, March 1st. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that
Yeah, dude. 2019, dude.
2019, that was the last one.
July
And that
5th, 2019.
and they did the two IPs that year. The first one, 2018, 2019. So we're gonna get into speaking, like I said, this is an interlude into Halloween Horror Nights. I'm looking forward to this episode. I know Fear and Beer were talking about it. A lot of people weren't digging 2019's one because apparently it was a mashup of fucking the 2 seasons, but it drew money.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
It drew money. I'm not shitting on those guys. I'm just saying, a lot of Horror Nights purists, because I'm going to debunk this come when we get close to it. They want it their way. God bless them. They want it their way. And a lot of people, don't want Stranger Things. I'll tell you what, for a guy that hasn't been there since 2007, I'm looking forward to a Stranger Things house. I mean, how would you feel? And you've never even been there.
If I knew that there was going to be a Stranger Things house, and I had a planned a trip, yeah, that would be like one of the first things I'd want to do.
Exactly. I mean, where are you going to go? Something that's going to draw money, knowing that a new season is coming out?
Yeah.
Or would you rather you saw Fear Street for the first time.
I didn't finish it.
You didn't
I
finish
seen
it, but
clips.
you saw it.
I seen.
You
clips.
saw half of it, yeah. What would you rather go to?
That was only half. That was short then.
Yeah, because we stopped watching it.
That was half. Oh wow.
Maybe we'll finish watching it with you want to what?
No,
We'll talk about that in a bit.
I got my
Off
Netflix back,
camera.
so I could watch that.
But you saw a little bit. Let me ask you a question. I mean, they're both widely popular shows, but at the end of the day, what do you feel is going to draw money? A new season of Stranger Things or Fear Street that came out last year?
Well,
Where you go to where the money's at.
I mean, yeah, I think Stranger Things is going to draw much more money.
It has to,
because check it out. You got something so well written that it
masterpiece.
It attracts people like who were like teenagers in the 80s. I'm not saying born in the 80s. I'm saying that
Teenagers.
they were already like
guys like Tony and
like even like people who are Mario's age. Mario likes Stranger Things.
Yeah, Mario. Really, I didn't know that. That old man likes Stranger Things.
Guys in their 60s, man. Guys
I did not
in their
know that. Wow, that's
late
cool.
50s. You have people like that who like it, and then you have people who are like 15, 16 nowadays who also like it. You have high schoolers now, so it's a very, very broad audience.
I still feel like it's gonna draw money. There's cool things like on fire Demogorgons, which I think is pretty awesome. I mean, there's just I feel like this will be the money right there.
I mean, like I could see Fear Street working too, but it's not Stranger Things. It's like, dude,
you go to where the money's at.
It's like this is like I can compare this to like when I forgot what movie came out, but they tried to compete with Avengers Endgame. They released on the same day, right next to it, and that movie fucking tanked.
I couldn't tell you what the movie was,
because
honestly.
everybody wanted, like, it's like you release a movie next to a Star Wars film or a
Mhm.
Marvel film, you are not going to make the money that you expect to make.
Exactly. And you're not going to make the money that you expect to make. I mean, I'm not going to shit on Fear Street. I thought it was really good. But like I said, I mean, you go to where the money's at.
But I mean,
And that should be a house.
think about the okay, like you've seen full all of Fear Street. What do you think? What is the audience demographic? What do you think they're trying? Who are they trying to target?
It's split up. I mean, they're trying to appeal to the hardcore audience. I do feel that, you know what, I'm not going to lie about this. That 1971 was rip off of Friday the 13th. Let's face it. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, well, they did it in their own way. Bro, it was still in a cabin. It was still surrounded by, it was still a camp. It made me feel like Friday the 13th. I mean, it's good. I like Fear Street. It's not bad, but for a person that hasn't been there since 2007, I would rather go to I would rather go to a fucking, what's it called, a Stranger Things house.
Yeah,
I feel like that's where the money's at. Like I said, nothing against Fear Street. I'm just saying. I mean, I prefer Stranger Things over Fear Street. Of course, there's going to be fucking comments. What the fuck? You haven't been there since 2007. We've had it twice. You know, what the fuck? You're going to tell that to a little kid that a kid that's 15 years old that could get into Halloween Horror Nights, that's a fan of Stranger Things, and they're disappointed that it's not there. We've had this before. You know, some of these fucking purists. Like, what the fuck?
I don't see that kid being like, what the hell is Fear Street? Like, I want to watch that. Like, I don't know. Like,
what would you rather sell on a young guy that really wants to get into horror? Fucking something pseudo scary like Stranger Things, or full on gore. Come on, what the fuck?
See, that's another reason why it's so popular.
Kids like it.
It's good to, like, yeah, it really does bring a broader audience to that genre. Like, I mean, like, we could get into like and this isn't like calling anybody out in specific, but
absolutely not.
It's just everywhere, every genre, every like little form of pop culture. Just go get it.
Be right back.
2, please.
Gotcha.
Sorry, he's going to get a couple of beers. So I'm saying, like, pop culture in general, there's music and everything. Like, no, it's just there's a lot of gatekeeping, which I don't think nobody should do that.
You know what?
I remember when I was a young little prick.
We all were pricks.
I'm like, oh, I like that way before you did. Like, okay, cool, good for you. There's your brownie points. But yeah.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I had to get liquid fuel, as we call it.
Yes.
And no, it's not what you think it is, you perverts. Anywho, speaking of HHN, I want to say this right now. If you're planning on attending this year's Halloween Horror Nights, and if you buy a souvenir cup, just remember to please tip the bartenders that serve you. Yep. I'm not going to mention this YouTuber's name because he doesn't deserve it and he's an asshole for this. Yes, souvenir cups, you get a $10 refill. I understand that. Also understand something. We are just barely, I knock on wood, we are just entering an endemic phase. When 2021 was going on, we were still in a pandemic. And for some YouTuber to go on there and say you don't have to tip the bartenders that we were going through a pandemic is fucking wrong.
It's really fucked up, man.
And it's very fucked up. Please don't do that. Give them $5-10. You don't even have to give them $10. Give them $5. Show your gratitude. It's fucking hard out there. You know, we're slowly trying, especially, I'm not going to get into politicalness because then I would have to kill YouTube. Especially now that our economy is sort of getting back to where it was. Please tip your bartenders. Thoughts on that? I know we were going to talk about that today.
That's it. Tip your tip people who work in service like that, man. Like,
And people that agreed with this YouTuber about you shouldn't be tipping your bartender,
Yes, I don't
you're
know.
a fucking asshole, and that is one of the reasons why you will never ever get invited to fucking Halloween Horror Nights to film in those houses. People like that are fucking bad.
That's just I don't get where you think that's okay not to do that. You
Oh,
know?
because he saw the sign. I mean, $14 for a refill cup for a cup, but then it's $10. You know, that is clipping into my wallet. Let me tell you
you
something.
have enough to freaking fly out there and go out there? Or?
Oh no, he lives out there. See, but he's getting sponsored by Disney.
Okay.
So, you know, he's gonna say that because
you think you'd want to pay the good like fortune forward, you know? But
yeah, but you know, Universal won't cut him a bone because he this is the same guy that on that video was bitching about wings, for Christ's sake, people.
Oh, no.
Because I could understand if there, I mean, I never experienced a nail in a wing. Is that something new or has that been common?
No.
I'm not like an actual human nail. I'm saying, I guess these. Is there something I'm missing with that, or is that common?
Well, it depends on what the chicken wing looks like, because like you know, there's the
It
actual.
was a beautiful drumstick.
There you go.
It was
there's the actual wing, and then that they like.
It was,
You know, they tear off the little sharp point.
yeah. I'm not sticking up for Universal here. I'm not going to kiss their ass.
When you buy wings from like Wingstop and shit, that's they take the bottom part off, that little like flap part, you know, where their feathers are.
Okay, it was a flap and a drum. It was connected. It was flat, the drum with the thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm
He
talking
was-
about, the
yeah.
pointy end of the chicken wing.
Yeah. That was still attached. He was griping because the flap had supposedly had a nail.
There's meat on there, bro. Like,
He said there was a nail in there. I couldn't see it on his camera, so I don't know if that's bullshit. I'm not, and I'm not sticking up for Universal here. I just want everyone to know that.
I'd have to see what it looks like, honestly.
But still, that's beside the point. Please tip your bartenders.
Yeah.
Please. I'm going to tip mine handsomely. I'm not going to say how much I'm giving them, but I'm going to tip them handsomely when we're out there. So I'd like to just say that. Don't be that way. Speaking of HHN, let's talk about this. And they're continuous of handing off the Blues Clues.
What about Blue's Clues?
That's what I'm calling this segment. I thought it would be a joke, but no one laughed at that.
I didn't get it.
I know. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I felt like the guy that was riddling me. I have speculated a long time ago. Apparently, they're breaking ground on both Universal and LA. I might have broken a code. I'm not into that stuff, but
That's what you meant by Blue's Clues.
yeah, Blues
that's
Clues.
funny.
You know, he was cluing me up. The Halloween Horror Nights one in LA. Put it to you. I'll tell you what happened. It was, I want to say Wednesday, maybe Thursday.
Wednesday.
The Universal one. By the way, if you get a buy into anything that Universal Horror Nights thing says, don't, because they always trick people. Well, apparently they said something, and then one of the directors of arts and stuff. He was leading in with clues. Make a long story short, no one was paying attention to this, and I just decided to say, screw it, and I'll figure it out. I'm talking to him back and forth. At first, I thought we were going to get the thing.
Yeah.
But then he kept mentioning Pong. Or what is it? Pong, right?
Yeah.
Pong, and I'm thinking, okay, there is no Pong in the thing. But, and I'm thinking maybe it's Halloween, because that's another rumored house. It's going to be Halloween. But on further investigation, make a long story short, I'm pretty sure the LA guys, I don't care what anyone says, I could be wrong, take me up on it. I'm not ashamed to say it. I think you guys are getting Poltergeist. I'm pretty sure that's going to come back. And I love that movie. I haven't seen that movie since I was 5-6 years old.
Poltergeist.
You haven't seen it.
I've seen it before. What the hell?
Yeah, it's been a while for you, right?
I think I was like 11, 12.
What'd you think of it?
I liked it. I liked it more than like some of the other shit I seen back then.
How would you? I mean, I think they're getting Poltergeist. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not ashamed to admit it, but all evidence to support what I've been saying. I really do believe that we are getting
That
poltergeist.
guy told you had a good eye too.
Exactly. So if people think I'm lying about that, if I'm, like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. If you haven't, please argue with me that all day. Exactly. Exactly. But I still feel like it could potentially come back to Universal. I was talking to the guys from Fury Beer. They didn't even know about this. Everyone keeps talking about Gremlins being a house. They don't. That's Mel. That's Mel's dream house right there. She really wants to see Gremlins. The one house, if you were to tell me what I'm most excited about, is probably going to be fucking Scream. That's the one house I'm looking forward to as a child of the 90s. That is my go-to house. Well, they had Gremlins, but and Chucky if they do it. Gremlins.
Not Chucky. I wouldn't want to see that.
Which one? I mean, I hope they would do the original Child's Play, but they're going to try and do the new fucking
The TV series.
the TV series for what? I don't
I heard it
know.
was good. It keeps getting a lot of good reception.
I have to watch it, but I don't know. I don't have time when it comes to work to watch it. So, but if they did the original one, I'd be happy with it. Your thoughts on that?
I guess so.
We already talked about Stranger Things, that being a house. Originals, I don't know. I think originals would be they do some pretty kick-ass shit. I'd love to see Slaughter Cinema get a sequel. That was the one where it had like fucking all kinds of fucking movies in there, just B shit. And it was just campy and just so fucking awesome. So I would love to see that that come back. A lot of people like Pumpkin Lord, Wicked Growth. We'll see how it goes.
Pumpkin Lord.
I mean, we don't really have too much going on right now with HHM because it's so hush hush and they just love to tickle us. So we're gonna leave it at that. Mel, you want to come here for this? We're gonna get to the main event right now. Give us 1 minute. We're gonna have a cigarette. And we're going to close with our main event. We will be right back. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. My lovely wife Bella's here. Before we get into this fucking abomination of a movie called Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we are probably the first ones that are going to talk about it. If you're watching us, please watch Fear and Beer. They're going to talk about it next week. With that in mind, and with that said, let's get into this fucking abomination. I will let Donald talk. I will let Melanie start with this because she just saw it not that long ago, and I know she's sick. Go ahead, my love.
I feel like the problem with the movie
Oh, there is more than
Was-
just.
Anyway, let her talk.
they were, I guess, in a sense of like when they tend to remake horror movies that were like made in the earlier times, they try to like merge it in with like current times with like social media and like cancel culture and all this stuff. I think they try to incorporate that, which technically there's nothing wrong with that, but the execution was very poor. And one thing I did notice, I don't know if maybe it was just my personal TV, but I like to watch movies with subtitles in case I'm listening thing. But I did notice how Dante's fiance was technically nameless because the subtitles kept referring to her as Dante's partner, and no one said her name once.
Which I think was like Candace, right? Or something like that.
No, when I Googled it, it said Ruth.
Oh,
said
that
what?
one. Okay.
So I don't know if her name was Candace or Ruth because even it's like, oh,
Motherfuckers.
No, you're right. Yeah.
I could be wrong. Maybe I just didn't pay enough attention because she was gone. One of the first ones gone. But another thing was that, like, I had mentioned to Albert when we were watching the movie, the short hair chick. What was her name? I forgot.
Melody.
Yeah.
Right.
She acted big and bad. But then the minute the old lady croaked, she was like, oh, no, I can't do this. Like, nah. She was fucking acting big and bad 2 seconds ago. Stand by your word. Like, I don't know. The storyline to me personally seemed very rushed. And even though the movie was even though Netflix said the movie was like an hour and a half, maybe it was like an hour. I feel like the movie was very rushed. And the ending just pissed me off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this movie's going to get ripped apart. It's being ripped apart online. So I will say one thing positive. Just get it out of the way. And I'm talking about this from a cinematography standpoint.
Mhm.
Filmed very well. They did what they could with their budget. For a low budget, like Netflix, like original, I guess, it was okay. It wasn't, like, the gore didn't look too cheap.
Mm.
You know, it looked okay. It looked all right. I mean, like, you know, like, even though I don't like the design, like the mask design for Leatherface. Like, okay, so for example, like
You could tell
when
I
he's carving
am
up-
seething
when
with
he's
rage
carving
right
up the
now.
body and then he
Mhm.
puts the skin on there, that looked pretty real.
Mhm.
It didn't look cheap, is what I'm trying to say.
You could.
No,
My brother can tell
scenery
right
was
now.
real good. And the actual, like, wherever they filmed it was actually really nice, too.
And
Like,
You-
that I'll give them.
you could tell right now. My brother could see my face. I wish you people can. I am seething with rage right now because of how pissed off I am.
But
I just want to get this out right now. First of all, this fucking abomination. I am insulted by what you have done. You've killed anything credible about the fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You goof, you boob. I do not like you. I want you to writhe in dookie butter. You prick. How dare you give me a scene with Leatherface in water? I am sitting there thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, where she tries to drown him?
What the fuck is this? The rise of the curse of Imhotep? What the fuck am I watching here? Am I watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Mummy, fucking Friday the 13th?
yeah.
Whoever directed that should be fucking, what's it called? Should be doused in dookie butter.
But
Prick.
one thing I did like is how Melody's little sister, what was her name? Shit.
I could care less for any of them because that acting
Well, but
pissed me off.
Basically
acting.
the part where they say that she struggles because she was part of a school shooting. So like they're basically like hinting that she's very traumatized, but like she basically comes into her own nicely by the end of the movie. But the ending was just like
What the fuck was going on? I get what you're saying. What the fuck was going on with this whole fucking thing?
that old lady was a bad bitch though.
Well, yeah,
The whole lady with the shotgun.
Oh yeah.
I understand that, but this fucking movie was rushed. It was a hot fucking mess to begin with.
But it's like your brother said, they probably only had a certain budget.
I don't care. You know what? If
Well,
that was,
sometimes you gotta work. I mean,
they
hey,
should have just left it alone.
This
then.
movie's probably a step up from the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie because that movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, this is this is much different. At least this movie, like for the most part, other than the writing, which was that's the big point here.
Hot fucking garbage. Hot garbage. Nothing made sense. Everything was twisting in different ways.
It's not that it didn't make sense. It's like what we said earlier. The storyline was very short and rushed, and they had to do what they could.
My problem is, where was the family? They just focused on Leatherface.
You want to know what that was about?
Please do tell me.
They thought this was going to make enough money for a sequel.
And what was that now?
Yeah, they thought this was going to make enough money for a sequel.
Did they see the fucking pile of dog shit they gave us?
That's
And I'm not alone in this because every fucking guy in the circle
dude, it's got
hates this fucking movie.
It's got a 4 out of 10 on IMDb, man.
Oh, I can't wait for next week to hear what fucking Fear and Beer has to say about this fucking
The
abomination.
Rotten Tomato score is 31%.
Good, it deserves what it got because it was a horse shit. Like I understand the kills were great, the gore was great.
At least
You
will
will sacrifice gore for fucking storyline. What the fuck is the matter with you people?
I mean, not to say that
Not you, I'm saying these idiot
it's
directors.
like, not to say that was that intricate to begin with. But
Oh, hell no,
at
it wasn't.
least-
Oh, hell no.
At least like
Not with that budget.
There was no room for surprise. That's why I felt like when you
Yeah.
met the old lady and you saw her son, I immediately knew that was gonna be the killer.
mm,
I immediately knew.
Why was he even? I don't understand.
There was no room for surprise. There was like
Why was Leatherface in an orphanage? That's what I want to know.
No, it wasn't an orphanage anymore. The old lady, it was her house. She did it to foster children until they found their forever homes.
Babe, that's an orphanage.
I know. What I'm trying to explain to you is that was when like she was young and healthy, was able to do it. But he never got adopted out, so she kept him as her own. That's why he was still living with her.
What the fuck's that have to do with Texas Chainsaw Massacre? That has nothing to do with the original movie.
well,
Nothing
it's
at
a-
all.
It's a remake, dude.
Yeah. I mean, which
Wow.
I could understand where you're coming
Wow.
from because remember when I had asked you, about like the other 5 people were they in a different movie so I could watch it and try
Yeah.
to like add sense to this movie
No.
because this was my first Texas Chainsaw movie I actually saw. Like I know of it, but
Garbage.
I never seen
Garbage.
any other movies.
Let me get this straight here.
So basically, what they did was that they made a super small sub story to hint to possibly that this might have happened in a different movie, but then it's just completely something they kind of just threw in the mix.
Yeah, they just threw it in there.
Let me get this straight here. They were so lazy to not even connect the dots. Is this what you're telling me here?
Yes, because remember how Sally was looking for Leatherface, and then when the gas
She was in the
station,
original one.
I know, but when the gas
No,
station
I'm just
guy
saying.
called her,
Uh-huh.
but like I'm like, who are the other people?
What the fuck is the matter with these people?
That was their attempt for fan service.
No,
Oh, that fan service went down the
Because
tubes.
they pretty much when they did that, her being from the original movies,
Oh,
that
Christ.
was like them like trying to compete with Halloween because they got Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, the
back
one
much
that
older.
ripped off Laurie Strode. That's what you're trying to
You
say.
know, like that's what they were trying to do.
All I
It's
will,
not necessarily ripping off. It's
good point. All I know is I'm deeply offended by this. And if they consider doing this a haunted house, what in the fuck is the matter with you, Universal? Do not do
well, it's
that.
like you told me when they bring stuff back, it's not always the current film anyway. So
I won't go to that. I'm sorry.
I
I've spent.
don't put it score. I don't think they'll do it
I hope not. I hope not
because
because
Universal cares about this.
I
and that movie's
no.
not gonna
I
make
did
money.
say that it did not make money. What the fuck were they thinking?
I don't know, man.
Why ruin something? My brain is hurting right now.
Well, people they like to remake movies and movies. Like for example, I know this is
How
completely.
about this?
I know it's completely like the completely different like universe, but I've heard. If you want my humble opinion, I don't feel like there was a need for Toy Story 4. I feel like they only made Toy Story 4 so people were like, "Oh my god, where's Bo Peep?"
How about this? Why
It's
don't
like
they,
if it's not broken, don't fix it type thing.
Like 3,
Mhm.
it should have ended at 3.
how about this? How about they remake what's it called? Freaks. Let's see if they could pull that off. Jackasses. I'm just disgusted by this.
It's not the first time
I
a
re-
shitty
yeah,
remake of a horror movie.
You know, don't remind me of these other Texas Chainsaw ones that they did. Yep, they shit on 3D when Gunnar Hansen was Leatherface. Assholes. Please don't watch this movie. Everyone hates it. I'm offended by everything about it. I am offended that they didn't talk about the family. It deeply offends me. What's next? They're going to remake fucking Psycho.
Okay, so I'm doing some research here. They tried to make this a sequel to the 1974 one.
Yeah, oh, they did a horrible fucking job at it. Jackasses.
It's supposed to pick up several decades later.
Several decades later. They didn't even mention Drayton. How the fuck is this supposed? Are we assuming to believe Drayton's dead?
Maybe.
What the fuck is with these people? They had no concept of writing a fucking script.
You want to know what
This just again lazy writing.
what it is like, you know what? They don't want to lose their rights. They had the rights for a while. They had the rights since like 2017 after Lionsgate made their shit. And Netflix is like, oh crap, what are we gonna do with this? Let's just pump something out.
That was deeply disgusting.
That's what that is. They do that all the time, man.
Fear Street kicks its ass.
They did that with like Fantastic Four, man. That's why that last one was terrible.
I just lazy writing. That's all I can say about this. I'm deeply offended, and I'm not the only one that's offended. Fuck this movie. Fuck the people that wrote it, and fuck the director. Please do not see this. I cannot wait to hear fucking Seamus and fucking Nick tear this apart, but we've torn it apart for too long. We have gone over our time. Thank you guys again for the Art of Party, and join us for the Art of Party. And Mel was not feeling good. We're gonna hang out, have some more beers, and then that's about it for the night. So thank you guys so much. Don't you dare watch that Texas Chainsaw Massacre and leave a comment on there saying you liked it, because I won't talk to you. We will see you guys next time.
I like,
and of course, you're gonna go right on the motherfucking thing just to fuck with me. This is for Birdie Steele, my little brother Donnie, and Melanie. We will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Don't watch that Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. I will see you guys later. We will all see you guys later. Bye.